The evening, Internet. I'm Chris.
This is Eli, Sir Wookie Wang.
With the SmartAssPodCast, here to bring you another review, this time of Sam Raimi's Army of Darkness.
Evil Dead. A.K.A.
The Medieval Dead.
Yeah.
Or if you're in Japan, Captain Supermarket. I fucking love that name.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat. This is the third in the Evil Dead franchise, starring the one and only Bruce Campbell.
Again, we're going with 3 again.
Number 3. We like 3.
Yeah.
Anyways, before you get down to the review, check out the link below because we have a full-length feature commentary.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Army of Darkness. Yes, we do.
Check it out.
So, Sam Raimi's at it again. Him and his brother Ivan write this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He directs it, and Universal gave him a shit ton of money. This time, $11 million, which is the most he's had for a movie since
the Chin.
Yeah, it's the Chin deserves the money.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam Raimi, Ted Raimi, Ivan Raimi, and Bruce Campbell walk into a castle. That's basically the premise of this fucking movie. So to catch you up a little bit, again, first, there's no spoilers right now. This movie's over 20 years old.
1992.
Get over it. 1992.
Almost 30 now, so.
Yeah, Dino De Laurentiis, Universal Studios, Sam Raimi. It's fucking old.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the third one, so we'll give you a little bit of recap from part 1 and 2.
Yep.
Guy and his girl and a couple of their friends get a cabin in the woods. Find out there's an archaeologist in the basement doing some spooky shit with the book. They play a recording, it summons some demons, and they have to fucking fight them off throughout the course of the night. Cut to part 2, where they didn't have the rights to do a recap from the first movie, so they had to completely redo it.
Yep.
And then connect that to the next night. And then it's more people trapped in the cabin, and this time Bruce Campbell has to cut off his own hand, put on a chainsaw, the iconic chainsaw.
Yep.
And then at the end of that one, him and his Oldsmobile get sucked into a vortex after fighting a giant monster. Fucking very, very spooky. And then they have the ending where he ends up in the Middle Ages, but they immediately pronounce him a hero. They retcon that in part 3, and we open up with another recap of part 2.
Yeah. Strangely enough,
where you see Bruce Campbell and one of his many girlfriends named Linda at the cabin. Hand gets cut off. He does have a thing for girls named Linda. And Sheila. You alright, Sheila? You alright?
You alright, mate?
Chainsaw hand again. And then it ends again with him getting sucked into the Middle Ages with his Oldsmobile. But this time, not as an instant hero, but as a captive slave.
Yep.
By who is King Arthur.
King Arthur.
It's not really mentioned. And Merlin, his wise man.
AD.
And now he's trapped back then. And they're fucking with him this whole time. They think he's some goofball, except the wise man has an inkling who he might be.
They think
he's from the sky.
They think he's a man with the other king.
Henry the Red. Henry the Red. So they try to kill him by throwing him in the pit with a deadite. And they fucked up there because this man's been fighting deadites for 2 nights straight with no fucking...
What about the shower of blood before then?
Oh,
just got shot into the air with the person previously?
Yeah, the deadites have been killing a lot of people and a lot of good gory special effects.
Yes, sir.
This is 1992, but it's still a 1980s horror movie because it's connected to the other two. Sam Raimi is just Sam Raimi. And you get some great fucking special effects and innovative camera shots.
Yep.
So, they drop him in the pit. He fights off this deadite. He gets up there, gets his gun back, his chainsaw back, and fucking basically threatens the king.
Yeah.
And after that...
punches him.
He knocks him down. Knocks him the fuck down, and no one's going to stop a man with a shotgun.
He punched King Arthur.
Someone had to do it.
No respect.
No respect at all. The Chin did it. Well, the man's got a shotgun and a chainsaw right here, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, literally.
So he lets Henry the Red and his men free, and all the other slaves captive set free.
Yeah.
And he starts getting a little more respect around the kingdom.
Yeah. After he lost his shit on everyone.
Exactly. Primitive screwheads.
Yeah.
But begrudgingly, the king accepts that because the wise man keeps saying, "This is the son of a bitch that's going to save us."
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't look like a person that could save, doesn't look like he could adventure himself out of a box of fucking
save himself. Never mind.
Exactly. But they tell him he has to quest for the Necronomicon, the evil book, skinned and made in human flesh, penned and
written in
blood. They said if he gets his book back, the book from the first 2 movies, he can find a way to get home.
And the journey begins.
The journey begins. The goofy-ass journey begins, because this movie went from being a horror film to a horror comedy to basically a comedy that has action and fantasy elements of it.
Can't wait to get
horror elements.
Can't wait till we get my favorite part.
Oh, all right. Well, for first on the adventure is he ends up at a windmill.
Yep.
Fights a mirror, breaks the mirror, and a bunch of little bastards crawl out of the mirror. A bunch of little mini-me, the Bruce Campbells pop out, and they pull a Gulliver's Travel on his ass, tie him down, beat him up, and he ends up swallowing one of them. And he tries to kill it. Doesn't work. He ends up splitting into two. Yep. Good Ash, Evil Ash. And after a fight between these two jackasses, Evil Ash gets shot in the face and his chin blown off by...
gets cut up.
Buried.
Hilarious scene. He's like, oh, you got something on your face there. Feels a pile of dirt in his face.
And he buries that son of a bitch. Then he finally ends up at the cemetery that's holding the Necronomicon.
Yep.
Too bad there's 3 of them. Again, there's a theme with the number 3.
Yeah, First book he gets sucked into, it's pretty funny. His face gets all
stretched out.
The chin's even bigger than before.
The effects are fucking flash. You know they did that on purpose to make it in front of his chin.
100%.
And then the second book is booby trapped and bites his fucking hand and starts flying around and pecking at him like a fucking evil bird.
Yep.
Then he finally finds the real book.
Yep.
And he does the one thing he's supposed to do that the old man told him to do.
He brushed him off. He's like, yeah, I know the words.
Say the magic words.
The magic words.
Klaatu, Berada, Necktie, which are the magic words from the 50s sci-fi classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Get it together.
Yeah, that's how you control the giant robot Gort. And this is how you find the Necronomicon. Too bad Bruce Campbell doesn't give a fuck, and he fucks the word sound.
Yep.
Klaatu, Berada, Necktie.
All of a sudden, all types of shit starts popping up. My favorite part, he starts getting grabbed by skeleton arms.
Who are fucking him in the eye,
punching him.
Three Stooges style.
Arm goes in his mouth. It's hilarious.
Anyway, he ends up eventually back at the castle. There's a storm brewing and the demons on the rise. Mm-hmm. And he's like, take me the fuck home. And they're like, what the fuck did you do? He's like, I fucked up the words.
Told you, man.
So now he has to make a decision to be a hero or to be a coward. Yeah. Finally decides to be a hero after his girl's captured.
Yeah. He wants to leave it first.
He does want to leave it first, but he ends up wanting to save the kingdom and save the girl.
Save the day, yep.
So what does he do? 80s training montage in a 1990s movie. He fucking helps them build their army up.
Train the town folk.
Train them to fight. Making bullets.
Armorize the car. Crazy shit to
turn his fucking car into something out of Mad Max.
Machine,
it's fucking amazing. And then they even have a scene they cut out, sadly, where he goes to convince Henry the Red to fight with him.
Yep.
Which makes the scene even better when he shows up at the end.
Yeah. Classic save the day scene at the end with the cavalry. The cavalry
arrived.
The cavalry has arrived.
I love that saying.
Lord of the Rings,
Always
Game of Thrones, so many movies.
Everything. Hell, even in real life.
Yeah.
Cavalry has a fucking arrived. So huge battle ensues. Yep. These bone bastards come fucking
Skeletons, hilarious.
They're fucking playing drums. They're playing bagpipes. We got swords. They're fucking everything up.
Fucking bone flute, hilarious.
Yeah, there's one with a bone flute. That's right. They besiege the castle, and then fucking Bruce Campbell, King Arthur, all their men start fighting back, and with the advanced technology he's giving them in the form of gunpowder and whatnot, they fuck up these fucking these bad guys. These skeletons are just blowing up left and right.
Yep.
It's phenomenal. But sadly, the Bone Brigade fucking breaks down the castle walls, and they end up inside, and there's a big fight to the death.
The walls have been breached.
They have been breached. And Bruce Campbell has to start fucking fighting motherfuckers left and right.
Kicking ass.
And then taking names.
Yep.
And then Evil Ash shows up, all fucking regenerated, except his fucked up
face,
chin.
It's like tied together with rope.
Oh, gotta do that. And he's hunting down that book.
Yep.
And then it ends up being a one-on-one with him and Ash. Mm-hmm. And then we get Henry the Red's men coming in. Everyone's fucking fighting, saving the day. And then you have the epic one-on-one sword battle between the good guy and the bad guy, the protagonist and the antagonist.
Evil and good. Ash.
Fighting their way up the castle walls, up to the parapet, trying to get the book Necronomicon. Oh, the fight's fantastic.
Yes, it's good
Arthur
stuff.
gets wounded, bunch of men are dying, but we keep fighting. And Ash course, saves the day.
He saves the day.
He beats the fuck out of Evil Ash once, twice, 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back as a skeleton for the final part of the battle.
Yep.
And he gets the book, but then he stupidly lands on
a catapult full of gunpowder.
And in good old-fashioned Looney Tunes style, Ash not only fucking ignites the gunpowder,
chops the hand off.
He chops the hand off, gets the book, and wave bye-bye to this bony bad guy.
Oh, his eyes are like popping out of his skull head. Pretty funny.
Cartoon sound effects.
What's funny about that is his flesh all melts away, but he still has his eyes.
Oh, it's the best part.
Eyeballs,
you have to. It's expression in the windows of the soul. And with that, Bruce Campbell cuts the rope, catapult goes flying, and the bad guy goes bang. And then after that, the good guys have a big party.
Yeah. Big celebration.
Big celebration.
Kingdoms unite.
The kingdoms unite.
The kings
Arthur
hug it out.
and Henry, they work their troubles out.
They hug it out, man.
They hug it out. That's kids, you remember.
Sometimes what you need. Just hug it out.
Just hug it out. Just hug it out. And then Bruce Campbell hugged it out too.
Spread the
and
love.
he showed her who is king. he gave her some sugar for damn sure.
Yes, he did.
And it was groovy. And with that, the wise man makes a magic potion, put him to sleep, and then
ends up back in his reality at his job.
But first, let's talk about the alternate ending. So in the UK and other parts of the world, they got the alternate ending where he fucked up, took too much of the sleeping potion, and wakes up in the far future. And it was supposed to be an idea for the next movie that never happened, sadly. We did end up getting Ash versus Evil Dead, but it would have been interesting that he wakes up in a big dystopian future where everything is destroyed.
Yeah.
But
further on the story.
In the US cut, in the one that you're probably watching on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah, Prime, like we did.
Or Prime, Amazon Prime. You're probably going to see this cut where fights back to the real world. He's working at S-Mart again. Shop Smart, Shop S-Mart.
Yep.
Talking to Ted Raimi of all
Shop
people.
S-Mart.
Shop S-Mart. And he's giving him the old spiel. And Ted Raimi's not buying any of his shit. He's
no,
like,
he's not.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Yep.
But then, what happens? A Deadite breaks into the store.
Yep.
And he starts fucking beating the shit out of it.
To save the day once again.
Or that repeater rifle.
Of course, he has his gun on his side of his leg.
You have to. You're a hero.
Takes out the demon. Saves the day once again.
Kisses the girl.
Yeah.
And he retorts, "Hail to the king, baby." Cut the black. That's Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness, Evil Dead.
Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, a fucking classic. Check out all the movies.
It's my first watch, and I'll give that 7.5 out of 10.
So, all right. I'll give you that for a first watch. It'll grow on you the more you watch it.
That.
I'm giving that a 9.5.
Very funny.
I'll fucking watch that movie any day of the week.
That.
It's just fucking perfect, like fucking comedy.
It's amusing.
I love that movie so much.
Bruce Campbell and that gent, he's pretty funny.
Bruce Campbell can fucking do no wrong. And neither can Sam Raimi, and I'm glad he's coming back.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
And speaking of Marvel, when Sam Raimi made all the original trilogy of Spider-Man movies, another 3.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire's coming back as well.
Bruce Campbell was in all those as different characters.
Really?
Yeah. He played a waiter. He played the theater attendant.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
He shows up in all 3 of those movies. So I'm hoping that Sam Raimi brings him back for Doctor Strange too.
Awesome that the director put him in those movies, even if it's a
They're
little
best
part.
friends.
They're buddies, so yeah.
Fucking A. Sam Raimi, I love you. Keep making movies. Bruce Campbell, same thing. I have a copy of your book. It's signed. It's great. One of his many books.
Comic-Con.
And with that, I'm Chris.
This is Eli, Sir Wookie Wang.
And that was Army of Darkness, and this is the Smartass Podcast.
We will catch you next time. Have a good night now.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Hit that bell for notifications.
Night, Internet.
Good day.